Hello fellow traders, this is Paul Lemmel, and get a stock here I've been watching, monitoring. We caught it a few months back on one of its legs, and looks like we may have another cycle opportunity here on the TM-3 cycle. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. You can see when we got down to this $15 PPP, this psychological price point, it just really moved very quickly off of that. Came back, retested the $20 psychological price point and moved pretty sharply off of that. Now you get back to $25 PPP. You can see how it just bounces off these key psychological price points and basically got the price squeeze coming off of cycle 1 to 2. So we got a TD4 cycle, set that first low. And you get the TD9 cycle with the higher low, so you get the price squeeze coming in. You get the TM3 cycle set up in here. That's about a 3.5 month set. 1, 2. Actually, that's about a 5 to 7 month cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're getting in that area where that 5 to 7 month cycle is going to set. Now, when you get a breakout of the CAT2 and you get a clean breakout, it's oftentimes a pretty good buy point, because even if it sets at TM3 cycle pretty quickly out of that, a lot of times it will hold above the buy point on a pullback, especially if it's strong. And it could even set up outside of that original pivot with a soft landing pullback in there. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you can find our club lingo at bigkahunatradingclub.club/lingo. Also, just a refresher on how these bottoms sometimes form. On this particular one, you had a breakout of the 150 MA, then you had a CAT3 pullback on the TSS cycles, basically a TM2 cycle. So CAT1, TM1, CAT2, TD9, CAT3, TM2. You can see right there just basically a wedge forming right at that $15 PPP, and broke out of that again, very strong. So all we're looking for right now is a CAT3 to set, pull back inside of that. Long-term picture on this. Let's look at that cycle off the highs there. That is the little bit over the 1.5, about a 2-year cycle on that. And so right where we're at right now is about a 3.5, a TY2 cycle. And so once we get out of that trend line, it's got some room to run. So it looks pretty good. We just need to get that CAT3 set, TM2, soft landing pullback ideally off of that. You got a $35 psychological price point right there too. So once we crack that, we'll be able to get a gauge of the strength on the pullback from that and kind of go from there. So looking pretty good. CHWY Chewy Inc. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtrading.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.